I'm Davey.
I'm Misty.
DMWATS.
Unscripted.
Unedited.
Unapologetic.
Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? I am Davey.
I'm Misty.
And you guys already know what you tuned into. Welcome to another episode of DMWATS Podcast. Well, you guys know you can find us at DMWATSpodcast.com. Hey, you can find us on all the streaming services. I feel like we should erase Spotify. I don't know. Like, Spotify is
We're
really not
having
working.
issues with Spotify, but Davey has taken to Twitter. So
yeah, I'm on Twitter. Like, you guys check us out on Twitter.
It's like we get one, we get a one fall off.
On YouTube also. So look, check us out on Twitter. I've been messaging a lot of folks. Mark Cuban, I know you've been seeing it. Just say I hit up Mark Cuban. I hit up Kevin Hart. I hit up.
You did?
Sure did. I hit up quite a few folks.
Huh.
Real Saitama, Luffy, all you guys, check us out. OpenSea.io/DMWATS. That's our NFTs, guys. Check us out. We have something on there called Original Crypto Cookie. It's a cookie NFT, and it has all the cryptocurrencies, not all of them, but it has a few cryptocurrencies on there. We're trying to incorporate some other ones on there, but hey, you guys check us out. So Doge, we still about that Doge. We are not traders to Doge. AMC, we hope it's going to start doing something. As you can see, we still got the moon blasting off. Shiba, still about that Shiba.
Always.
For those who missed it, there was a Saitama release party. That was not a Saitama release party this past weekend. As you can see by the look of my wife, we were both kind of disappointed.
I made little mini girly pizzas.
Yeah, we was all set for this release party to be streamed.
We were streamed
and the whole nine, and it was kind of disappointing. But the coin itself is not disappointing. So we thought it was going to be a release party for Saitama Inu. For Sata Mask. Saitama Inu is already out. Sata Mask. The reason why Sata Mask is so important, Sata Mask is going to be literally getting rid of gas fees. And honestly, I feel like I don't need to say anything else of what they got going on. The fact that it's getting rid of gas fees. If you don't know what gas fees is, these new cryptocurrencies that come out, and you're like, hey, I'm getting on it before anybody else. So you go to Uniswap and all those other stuff. They're like, hey, I'm gonna spend $100 and get me 500 something billion tokens. Cool. And they're gonna charge you like $300 to $400 to spend $100. That's what's called gas fees, and it sucks. So
it's bad.
Sata Mask, which was supposed to launch this past Saturday on the 13th, is literally eliminating gas fees, no gas fees. So keep that in mind. What ended up happening, they're saying it's going to be launching over the next 2 weeks. So, hey, look, obviously Saitama Inu took a dip because of that news, and there were other things involved. But hey, it's in our opinion, we're not financial advisors. In our opinion, it's still something good to get into.
To us, and you're releasing a crypto, and you're gonna have a launch party.
Oh goodness!
So rule number 1: launch it during the party,
right? Or have a countdown.
Before.
Yeah, have a countdown to it or something.
And 2, live stream it professionally.
Yeah.
And don't take
Depend
it upon
on a
the
YouTuber
Twitterverse to make it do it, because this thing launched in Vegas and New York.
Right. And we only saw Vegas.
It wasn't even an official
right.
thing.
And it looked like a frat party. However, there was a lot of people there. Understand the party itself was live. It looked like it was a good time, but then at the same time, the guy streaming it and stuff like, look, bro,
it was bad.
The streaming made it look worse than what it is. Anyway, Sata Mask is going to be launching over the next 2 weeks. They got a Saitama video game coming out, NFTs, all that stuff. You guys check them out. Another one we're looking at is Mononoke Inu. You guys check them out. Educate yourself. Inu, right? Please educate yourself on a lot of the things that's coming out. Educate yourself on these exchanges: Uniswap, Shiba Swap, Pancake Swap, Sushi Swap, all these other things.
I let him educate himself.
Hey, educate yourself.
I'm a stock person. He's a crypto guy.
Hey, you guys,
I let him do that.
Educate yourself on what all these things means, because if you're just like, I don't know what it means, I don't care. Look, there are tens of millions of people out there with the same attitude as you. And so let me ask you something. If everybody's thinking that, you just making it easy for people like me and the next person to come in when it's really low. Saitama, for those who don't know, Saitama made millionaires yesterday, November 13th.
Wolfpack,
Saitama made, Wolfpack. Oh, all that other good shit they was talking about. But
yeah, you can help.
Yeah, that's about all you get from me. But Saitama made millionaires, and it brought a tear to our eyes. We saw this tweet, I should say. Yeah, I can't say Twitter. It's a tweet.
No, I like twit.
Okay, a twit. We saw a twit. I don't know. A twit from Twitter. It was a tweet from Twitter. I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
it was a tweet.
It was a tweet. So no, seriously, this man was sitting there with his kids, and they were saying, "Hey, Saitama, we want a house, we want a car," and you know, saying they want their life to change. However, in that tweet, this man had put up in words, little do they know we are now millionaires. And the man, they had no idea. He had like 5 little kids in the car.
It was so
saying
sweet.
They want a house, they want a car, this and this and that. So, and little do they know that we are now millionaires.
And he said he was smiling like a fool.
Yeah, and the thing is, stuff like that is what brought a tear to. That's what crypto is about, man. Like, they're for the little guy.
Yeah,
they're for the little guy. It's breaking out for those people. All I got is $50. All I got is $20. Okay, let's see what we can do with that. But you know what? The thing is, YouTube made knowledge free. You can get Wi-Fi from Starbucks.
I'm telling you, I said it last week and I'm saying it again. YouTube is the new infomercial.
It's the new Encyclopedia Britannica.
This time
it's free.
You're not buying anything. It's Matthew Leskow in that crazy suit. It's Ronco. Anything you want to know, YouTube it.
YouTube it, man. But you know, the thing, if a man can teach himself physics and become a renowned physicist through YouTube, that's no BS. Go ahead and Google it.
How to code. You can learn how to do stuff you shouldn't be able to learn how to do.
Knowledge is power.
You can learn the Jewish alphabet.
Yep.
The alphabet.
Here's the thing. Knowledge is power. And one of the biggest things that they used to complain about before is that knowledge was people kept the knowledge and wouldn't give it to you. Yeah. Now, let me ask you something. When knowledge is 100% free and you refuse to accept that knowledge, in my opinion, the only thing that is stopping knowledge from being free to you is your own ignorance. Yeah. That's just me, but that's just my thoughts on it. True. That's your own. I can't. I don't understand that, and you won't even attempt. Oh, okay.
You're putting your own ceiling on it.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's our take. So let's go ahead and get into it. But what you got, baby?
So I have earrings here.
So anyway, like we said, knowledge. I'm just kidding.
Really?
I'm just kidding. Hey, you started it. So you started.
They're one-of-a-kind earrings. They're made of slides. I happen to know the artist. They were given to me today. If you want a pair for Christmas, DM me, DMWATS@gmail.com.
Check them out.
They are slides of flowers.
Yeah, they're made from slides.
These were personally made for me, and I don't think you can see them.
Yeah, they have like a hologram in it.
But it's pink and white check, and they're amazing. They're made by Blue.
Yep.
And so I'm sporting these because I love them. Also, I love photographs, old photographs. I love slides.
Of course.
And they're just amazing. And then my hair was done by Mama.
We love you, Mom.
My mother did my hair today. It was amazing. She cut my hair
done by Judy.
She gave me the wolf cut because Saitama.
Yep.
I can't howl. I'm better at crowing because I like a cock. So
yeah. Oh, I am not even responding to that, but you get it.
Good morning.
So good morning, everybody. So
can you crow?
Yep. So are you ready?
I'm so
okay, because I have the fishbowl topic, and then I already pulled it out.
I'm so ready after all your crypto.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. That's
you're like the Taylor Swift of crypto.
And that, for those that don't understand, understand what that means. Taylor Swift was on Saturday Night Live, and that shit took forever. I like, are we in a concert? Or are you just doing a little thing for that? And it was depressing.
I can't remember a 2-minute monologue. And she's singing a 10-minute song. Man,
I felt like killing myself later. I was like, is it?
Oh, I was
should we break up? I was like, should we break up? Like, I don't know.
Like,
anyway,
nothing's worked out for her. Why is it working out for me?
I immediately felt bad.
Maybe because I'm not going to write a song about it later.
Anyway, so moving on, man. So let's get on to the fishbowl topic. So I already pulled it out. So today's fishbowl topic is, have your parents influence what goals you have?
That was a really long one.
You wrote it. That's your hand. That is literally
that
is your handwriting.
Doodle.
Yeah,
that's how I know it's mine.
Have your parents. So how about we make it? What influencers have you had? Influencers.
Well, yeah, but no, I like.
Okay,
that.
you like to have your parents influence. Okay, so I got so much to say about this one.
Okay, go for it.
Have you ever, but I didn't know if you wanted to start it off.
Yeah, because we all know you're gonna run the show.
No, don't hate. Do you want to? I mean, do you get one or what? Okay, so I get.
Yes, my parents influenced my goals very much so.
Okay.
My father made me a handmade art desk and painted it, and it was my Christmas gift one year. And he made me an art desk, and he would sit there. I was talking to you about this the other day, and made me learn calligraphy and printing and cursive and all of it, because that all goes with art.
Truth.
And then he wanted me to be an artist, so he always kept that going. My father also would bring in instruments to the house, even though not really musically inclined. My siblings are, though. And that influenced goals as far as what a house is. It really did. There's music in the house. If you have children in the house, then they should be forever learning. They should always be exploring and what they're good at. My mother, same thing, because my mother's musically inclined. She's an artist. She can sew. She does all these amazing things. So it was very much our house. I'm not sitting here going, it was, all posies and roses and all that. What I'm saying is my parents allowed us to explore who we were to a point. We could not be disrespectful. We could not cuss. We could not do all that stuff. We had to go to church and all that, but they wanted us to be who we were. My father very much follow your heart, even with religion. Know your truth, follow it. My mother was the same way. And just be who you're going to be. And my father was very strict with me. I don't know how my other siblings, but with me and my mom too, learn as much as you can. Education was always the key. And if you knew how to do something, you'd never have to rely on someone to do it for you. So if you didn't have the money for the handy guy, you already knew how to fix the thing. So, that was the biggest thing in my house, was to be able to know how to take care of your house when you didn't have the money to do so, and to always be prepared. So there you go. They influenced goals in living.
Yeah. In pretty much everything. So it's, have your parents influence your goals, what goals you have.
And I think I'm still an artist. I mean,
yes,
seriously.
You are.
And my mother is still doing, she's like doing my hair, and this goal, this personal goal of having and being what I want to be.
Right. And you're an illustrator.
Yes.
You got the NFTs, the NFTs designed by her.
Yes.
You guys take a look
and on OpenSea. But I see my parents' influence in Blue and in our son Devin. Because I was able to carry that on. My sister, my brother, we've carried that art throughout the generations, and I can see it coming through. And it's amazing. There's so influences.
Yeah. And so I will say parents influence what goals you have. So my dad, he was a little different, so he was different in a way that he was driven. You know what I mean? He is driven. He is driven. My dad is driven. And, I didn't understand it back then when we're going to his graduation, why that was so important.
Right.
I'm like, okay, yeah, that's great. Okay, you graduated. High five. Yay. I didn't understand back then.
Especially because that was what? That would have been late 80s?
I think, no. Well, I guess so. Maybe late 80s, early 90s. I don't know.
Well, how old do you think you were?
Maybe 10. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember if we did it, if 90s. We went to his graduation in Alabama or Illinois. I can't remember. But either way,
but that was a big deal.
It was a big, right. So as I look back now, I'm like, wow, this dude graduated with his master's degree. Back when that stuff wasn't even really fashionable. You know what I mean? Like master's degree.
That was hard to come by.
Right. So master's degrees back in the 80s and 90s, it's like, okay, you're PhD was damn near unheard of.
Right. But
the master's
was
was a top tier back then. So, and then you think, and I look at my dad, I'm like, wow, you accomplished all that. Like you did that. And then, went over to a big company.
Yeah. Well, the railroad.
Yeah. Well, at first,
but now
he was at a steel company. He was a steel company because I want to say his master's was in construction. Or something like maybe his bachelor's was, I can't remember. But anyway, you talk about what goals you have. One of those things I'm like, I don't want to look at it as like, oh, well, if your dumb ass could do it, of course I can. That's not the way I was looking at it.
No.
But I look at it as like, look, my dad completed his master's. What's stopping me?
Absolutely. You're learning by example.
You're looking by example. Like, look, my goal is to get a master's degree, but it ain't even just get a master's degree. It's accomplish the things you want in life. I look at the way he lives.
Yeah.
And hey, look, I know that him being him, he looks at where he's at and is like, look, I can still do better. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's
because
like,
he's a forever learner. And that's where he and my father and my mother would have all worked really well. And your mother, it is always about learning, whether it's a master's or just learning at life.
Yep.
It is, you're always learning
of course. And I think
you don't stop.
In my opinion, I think I learned the most, I learned a lot from my dad.
Of course.
But I think I learned the most from my mother. You know what I mean? Wow. I learned the most. I learned a lot from my dad as far as, hey, your dreams and stuff like that, accomplishing your dream. Look, I accomplished this.
Yeah.
I have this house. I'm able to take care of education, stability, job. Yeah. I'm showing you what a man is supposed to be. Your goals is like, look, one of your goals in life, if you have a goal to never be married or never have children, hey, okay, that's fine. But, a lot of the times, we stray away from the example that's being shown to us. That's fine too. But, I was one of those ones that didn't stray away. I'm like, look, he got a family, got school, this and that now, but I look at my mom, so I look at my father and I'm like, wow, he did all this stuff. That's crazy. Right.
Yeah.
But then let's go to the core of that. Let's go to the core. Let's go to the heartbeat of it. Let's go to the foundation of it, which is your mother.
Sure.
Your mother, birthed you out into this world, brought you into this world. Okay. And so one, think about it, that back like right now, that's a huge decision to decide to still give birth.
Yeah.
That's huge now. It's all over the place now.
Yeah.
To give birth. So she made that decision to, okay, she's pregnant with me. She's going to give birth. Okay. Now I'm one of 4 siblings. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, my mom's like, look, no matter whether I got to do this single or whether I got to do this with being married to somebody, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. And there are things that me and my mom didn't agree with, or, all of me and my siblings, we didn't agree with everything. But one of the things I can say that's probably that influenced me the most is my mother's drive, my mother's love.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? My mother's love for her children,
her strength.
And it's like, look, I don't give it.
My mom, 5 foot, right? Beautiful package.
my mom, she never had the best of jobs.
Of course not.
But never had the best of jobs. But this is why you talk about, like I said, have your parents influence what goals you have.
Yes.
Look, my mom did not have good jobs. She didn't. She worked for these people that screwed her over numerous times. She worked for companies that used to screw her over. Yep. But she's like, I need a paycheck coming in so I can put food on the table for my children. And my mom, look, there were plenty of times where I stood in church lines, getting handouts.
Sure.
I'm gonna try to say this without bringing tears in my eyes, but there were times where, I stood in church lines trying to get some food.
Yeah.
Hey, can we get a paper bag full of food?
Yeah.
Let me get this. In church lines,
people bring us.
Yeah, bring your food. Bring your food. Living out inside your car. You understand what I'm saying? But you know what? You had each other. You said, and my mom was the pinnacle. She was the foundation. She was the strength.
Yeah.
Like we call it scrumph. My mom was the scrumph of it all.
But that's how it was for me.
Yes,
too.
and that's why ring. We both got them. That's what it is. So. that's one of the things that to draw us closer is the struggle, right? So no, it's all good. It happens. She's got her hair done. That's bound to happen. But
no, what's interesting about that is like I learned stability from my mother, not my father.
And when we put it in that perspective, because in our society, the man is the man, right? In our society, that's what it is.
It's not that he wasn't stable. It's just that he followed his heart by the time I was born. So he went from stability and money to it was like, oh, I'm gonna switch gears and follow my heart at 50,
right,
and go back to being a stonemason and being a creative instead of being in that office and having the money come in. He wanted to follow his heart, and then I'm born into that. And so there wasn't stability. There was cooking all summer and freezing it so we could eat in the winter. Then when him and mama divorced, I had the stability with my mom of working in a factory, working a 9 to 5 or working a 12-hour shift, third shift, and having to be trustworthy for my mother and my mother being trustworthy for me, and us having that thing that I carried on to my son. And unfortunately, my son had the stability of me, but the instability of my father, because it's very hard for some reason. People are intimidated by me. So it was very hard for me to find a job because I have education and I have things backing me up. But I'm an artist, bottom line. So there was always that, where's the paycheck coming from? But in that was a security with my son because he knew I was going to be there. So I gave him stability. And I taught him how to cook and how to save and how to do all that stuff.
And that's a prime example of what I'm talking about. You see all the things that she said she taught her son, and it's when it comes to our kids, we try to give them that knowledge that was passed on to us, and even some that wasn't realized at the time that we try to pass on.
Sure.
And how do your parents influence what goals you have? We don't want to sit here and say, when we talk about what goals you have, we don't want to say, hey, go to the military. That's not what we're saying. But you know what?
Unless that's your path, unless that's how you feel.
We have one son that he's in welding. He's in the trade right now. We have another son that's in the Army. We have another son that works he's damn near a manager, might as well be a manager at an RV spot. We got another son. He's figuring life out. He works at IHOP.
And he's figuring it out.
Right. And we got a daughter. She's, she's doing her thing. She has a few things going on, but she's figuring it out. And,
there are limitations to her.
Right. But
her own doing.
But one of the things that we literally will pat ourselves on the back on, I'll pat her and she'll pat me, is the drive that they all have.
They do.
We have the drive, the drive that all of our children have. And that was instilled from us, instilled in us, from our parents to them. It's like, look, things may be hard, but you don't stop. You don't give up. It's going to seem shitty. It will. And we're going to be here to tell you, yep, it's shitty. No doubt about it. Nobody doubt it. But when it comes to your goals, your parents are your first mentors.
They are.
They're your first mentors.
And I saw something today that it was like, your children will follow your example, not your advice.
Exactly.
And with Devin, I named him. With Devin, it was always hard for me because he struggled so much in school, and I kept saying, no, you will go to college. You will learn a trade. You will learn.
You will. Just got to find the right one.
You got to find something. But then I realized early on, 6 years ago, but I have to show him that.
Yeah.
Well, 7 years ago, I have to show him that. I have to put my money where my mouth is. And I went back to school because I needed him to see at 17, 16, that if I can do it as a single mom, working a minimal job, the only job I could find at the time.
Yeah.
And constantly writing papers and doing psychology and doing all this stuff. If I can do it at my age, he sure as hell can do it at 20.
And that's, you know,
so, and
what
he
this
has led by that.
He is, yeah. And that's what this topic is about. It's like, have your parents influence the goals you have. Our kids are still figuring it out, but they know that they get that. Here's the thing: if our children, they've seen it, you know, and our kids, there's things that they are still struggling to understand. Why don't you work?
Yeah.
Because I'm retired.
The other day.
How don't you want a job? I've had a job for 22 years.
So
I've literally been able to retire.
Yeah.
We've literally been able to retire. So
I work doing illustrations. I work doing art.
Hey, this is real. This is real life. So
and we work.
Yeah. So, you know, we have to say this. At least I'm going to say it from my perspective, and I'm sure she's about to say it from hers. To our parents, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And to our parents, thank you. You know, to my dad, I want to say thank you, because I will say I've recently built, in the process of building a better relationship with my father. So to Reggie, I want to say thank you for instilling a lot. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I am really, really thankful. And, you know, to my mother, there are no words. You know, there are no words. And it's a crazy one. And I'm probably going to say there are no words. So my mother, Brenda, I love you. And I thank you. To Judy, I will say thank you for bringing such a wonderful soul into this world. You know,
because she's her own artist. I mean,
she is, and I will say
seamstress, a well-known
and so,
seamstress,
but we have to say those things,
artist,
you know,
and she did her own thing, and
you're right,
but she gave me stability,
right, and so I'm gonna turn it over to her because I ain't trying to turn it into a ball and fest.
I'm just saying she gave me that stability, and I don't think she understands that. I think sometimes she thinks that she's guilty. She feels like she left me because she worked third shift.
Yeah.
No, you taught me and empowered me. It's more than a teaching.
Yeah.
You empowered me to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And to know that I could do it and to help the house. And, you know, by whatever that needed, if that meant I was cooking or if I was doing laundry or whatever, you taught me to be, self-sufficient in what a mother is, and that you just do it, and even if you don't like it, you do it, but you also take a vacation when you need it, and you still follow your heart and have fun, and that you cuss and you can still be elegant and classy and beautiful with a mouth.
Love that woman. She's something else.
She's so funny.
Yeah, she is.
You know, and my father, amazing artist all around, and left a stable career with a lot of money to follow his heart at 50.
Yeah.
That's huge. Nobody did that in the 70s.
Yeah.
That wasn't something you did.
Yep.
At 50, you retired, or 55. And he was like, nope, I'm going to start over. And that's amazing. And so their influence on me is that I am forever a learner, and that I will forever be that artist, and I will follow my heart, and I'm just not the 9-to-5er.
Yeah.
I admire my siblings for being a 9-to-5er. I did it while Devin was, you know, while I had to take care of him, but then I was like, I need you to see that you got to follow your heart. My
baby has been a 9-to-5er, and she is no longer a 9-to-5er. We are retired for lifer. Keep that in mind. Say that shit three times. Right.
We're learners and artists, and we have a good time.
But anyway, guys, you know, this is one of the things that they hold dear to our hearts. You know, say how your parents have inspired and influenced your goals you have. DMWATS@gmail.com. You guys can hit us up there.
And sometimes it's not always good. I'm not going to sit up here and say that we're both Pollyanna or anything like that. There's a lot of fear in there too that you have to get through. And
you look, you have already failed at your goals if you don't even attempt to try to achieve them. So, and that's facts. So go ahead, you know, just go ahead and do what you got to do. So DMWATSpodcast.com is where I can find us. All the streaming services, Spotify, you better look us up and tell us what the hell is going on, why y'all ain't got our newest ones on there. Find out what's going on. Look, Doge, AMC, Shiba, y'all know what it is. Saitama is not up there. Saitama new, look it up. Mononoke.
I gotta draw that.
You gotta draw that. Mononoke, look it up. Luffy, look it up. Guys.
I'm not drawing all that.
She's not drawing it. I'm just throwing that out there. Look all those, look all those things up, guys.
I'm gonna get you a separate podcast.
Yeah, you know, for crypto. So Davey's Crypto's Corner, Cryptocurrency Corner. So look, but
well, you know, my name is Davey.
But no, seriously.
To invest in crypto.
Hey, you guys look it up, because I'm gonna tell you right now, this thing, crypto is changing lives, and I want it to change yours. So listen,
not a financial advisor.
Not a financial advisor, but that is true that it's changing lives. Check us out, OpenSea.io/DMWATS. Y'all know what it is. We got NFTs over there. Y'all go ahead, check them out, buy a few. Check us out over there. Sure. We appreciate you guys. Look, so signing off for DMWATS, I am Davey.
I'm Misty.
And we are DMWATS. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for paying attention and listening.
Thank you, Mommy.
Yeah, we love you guys. We love to our parents, Brenda, Reggie, Judy, every one of you guys. Thank you very much. We love you guys. We'll see you guys on the next one.